Okay. It's a terrific Thursday, Facebook family. Hope you're doing well. We had a fabulous week. I don't know about all y'all, but let me tell you, here we had an absolutely amazing week. Yes, we're still stuck indoors, but life is what you make it, right? So, welcome to another edition of Ask the Provider Virtual Lunch. We have another amazing guest for you. Today, look who's popping in. And mind you, I got to let you all know, not only is she popping in to tell us everything about her organization, but she's our newest sponsor. Welcome, Miss April Boykin.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh my gosh, this is so awesome. We're going to let you talk about your organization in a minute, but it's lunchtime. What you got?
Well, I'm eating an orange.
Listen, I've been running all morning since 7:30. All I got is water.
Well, you have to do better than that to keep your strength
I
up.
know. I had no time to fix anything, so it is what it is, which is fine because honestly, with all this corona weight, water is a good thing.
It is a good thing.
So welcome to our network. Welcome as a sponsor. I'm super delighted about that. I always ask the why. So what was your why? What made you decide to get into the field that you're in?
Well, I am a mental health counselor, a social worker, and I have done this for 30 years because it was a calling. I knew this as a child that I was going to be in the helping profession, but specifically working with older adults. In about 2009, I was working in a home health agency, and I just realized there were no services out there that would provide emotional support, mental health counseling, any of those behavioral health services to our aged population. There were very few providers. No one came in home. And so I started a company to be able to help with that because it's so essential to our well-being if we can manage things like our anxiety.
Yeah, that's so true. So tell everybody the name of your company and how long it's been around and the scope of service.
Okay, so I am an owner of Counseling Resource Services. We are an integrated behavioral health company, and we provide in-home and these days telehealth services to the Medicare age population. So aged and disabled adults.
Right.
Medicare is our primary focus. Most places focus on children or they'll deal with adults, but we are really geared towards the issues that affect our seniors. So everything from transitions into or out of facilities to grief, complicated grief and loss, all of those challenges that are unique to seniors.
Right.
And we were established, we're in our 8th year.
Yay!
I know.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It has been quite a journey, and we have about 30 social workers.
Okay.
We are a group of very diverse. We have lots of great skills. You know, we can work with anything from pain to sleeping issues, from anxiety and depression to, like I said, complicated grief to chronic mental illness, family issues. So we're also a multilingual. We have English, Spanish, and Creole speaking staff.
That's a gift right there.
It's fabulous. We have worked hard to get that group together. Creole speaking has started. We're hiring, continuing to hire of any language that we can find but it's been really hard for the Creole speaking community to find providers who could work with them. So
I think also the other part about that is, I'm from the Caribbean because I'm from Jamaica. And as a general rule, mental health issues, going to talk to somebody is just not something that the foreign population, that's a big uphill climb.
It's so interesting because about 25% of all people over the age of 55 are diagnosed with depression or anxiety. And those are the ones that are diagnosed. It's twice that if you talk about the people who have experienced it. So we have to shift the dialogue about mental illness and look at it as emotional support.
Yes.
It's spent your whole life working or taking care of families, you've been able to divert your anxiety. But as soon as those things are no longer present in your life, all of a sudden you begin to obsess about your health and your wellness.
Yes.
And that anxiety makes everything worse. Anxiety is really one of the biggest issues that our seniors are facing because they just worry and worry and worry.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it makes everything worse. It makes blood pressure worse. It makes their headaches. I mean, it creates stomach issues. It creates all sorts of challenges that
Hmm.
would exist if they learned how to talk about it. So we do have to shift the dialogue about that.
Right.
And once they meet us, right? Once they meet us, they find we're not so scary, that we're not judging, that we're not coming
Right.
to, some kind of hocus pocus, that we really
Right.
are just there to listen and help you use your own existing coping skill.
So we're in the facilities now. So tell us how you work with facilities, particularly the private home care communities, because oftentimes we're kind of not able to find what you have to offer.
That is true. I will say that there are not many companies that do what we do for seniors. They are really geared for children. And so when we started this company, that was really our focus. We wanted to overcome access. We wanted to make sure we could bring it to someone who can't drive, who shouldn't drive, right? Who shouldn't drive.
That's another show.
It is, we could do that. But I wanted to be able to bring it to you. So in COVID, we are cautious. So we are still doing in-home for places that makes sense. And of course, we come in with our masks and our little air purifiers and we sanitize and do all that. So we can come in, but we are also doing this. We are also doing telehealth using a secure platform. And so for some of the facilities that we work with, they'll set up a room and they'll set up a laptop, and we'll do that. We are still taking referrals.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I want to say about that, the things that are important to know is that we don't need a doctor's order.
Oh.
No doctor's order. This is choice. And if they
Okay.
want support, they do not have to have an existing diagnosis, because that's what our license allows. If you have someone who is just struggling with anything,
Okay.
we can help them. They do not have to be homebound. They don't have to have that homebound condition. And if there is another homebound service in there, such as home health or hospice, we can work with that. We don't take any money from their pot. So we don't conflict with any of their services. So
okay, that's pretty awesome to know. I had no idea. By the way, guys, don't worry. We're going to be putting all of April's information in the comment section, so not to worry. You'll be able to reach out to her. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Odie. Thank you guys for stopping in. If you have any questions, we have the subject matter expert here in the room. Just pop it in the comments. So navigating COVID for all of us has been a challenge last year. And so you just said you're doing telehealth, but you're also able to come on site if if it's safe to do so.
And we go right. We want to make sure that we're meeting the needs of the facility and what makes sense for you. But we are cautious, and we come masked, and we can wear shields. We can do whatever meets the standard that you are holding for your facility. I think the other side of COVID, though, we need to talk about all of us as providers and how exhausting, right? I call it pandemic fatigue, and how important it is to remember to take care of ourselves, because most of the time when we leave work, we get to leave some of these issues behind, but we are walking back from work into our own lives with challenges and stresses that are the same that we dealt with all day. And so it's important to remember that we all need to take care of ourselves. And I will volunteer if you want me to do a training for everybody on how to learn how to relax and deal with stress in the moment. So I'll offer that out if you want.
Oh, you're awesome. Thank you. I may just take you up on that.
Please. It's wonderful. And it's a way to talk to our bodies and teach ourselves to de-stress in the moment, so that we don't have to get rid of it later, that we can do it as we go.
Yeah, I like that. So one question that, how long does a session normally last?
It depends on the client. So our sessions can be 30 minutes, 45 or 60 minutes based on the client's needs, based
Okay.
on their level of functioning. Sometimes someone will have some dementia, and so they don't stay conscious, in a cognitive process with us where they can talk and have a dialogue, but we
Hmm.
can help them with anxiety. Just like a massage gets rid of anxiety, having someone to talk to and breathe can just physiologically help them resolve some of those anxious feelings and can last for a while. But they're not getting
Wow.
a lot of cognitive dialogue with us. So we base it on what's medically necessary. We're
Right.
all licensed, so we are able to diagnose and determine and make recommendations. And if somebody were to need medication, we can either work with a telehealth psychiatrist that we work with, or we can work with the doctor, primary care doctor that they see, to
Hmm.
look at medications.
Gotcha. Is the assessment process a lengthy one,
No.
like initially?
No, it's not. What we do is a talk interview, and we don't try to gather all the information in the first interview.
Okay.
Typically what someone will do is send over a referral to us, and they'll say, I'm worried about depression, or there's arguing in the family and the patient's very stressed about it, or
Hmm.
complicated grief. And so we come out and we meet with them, or we do a telehealth session, and we begin to listen and we ask some questions, but it is an evolving process. And
Right.
so if they can only stand 30 minutes, that's what we do. And if they can stand a full session, that's what we do.
So, kind of let everybody know. I know you shared this with me yesterday, but that there is no time limit on services, and I think that was key to me. So,
As long as it's medically necessary, we can work with patients for years and years and years, actually. I have a patient who has bipolar disorder and borderline personality disorder, and I have seen her since 2009. I don't see her every week. We work together when there are challenges, and then I may not see her for 6 months. And then if something comes up, if some shift in her mood, I'll start seeing her again until she's stable. So
right,
typically we expect people with one issue to be seen 10 to 12 times. But if they have chronic issues,
right.
we can see them until they're stable, and then we can see them every other week, or we can see them once a month, and continue to provide that stabilization and support to help them stay functional, to help them be at their best.
Okay, good. I loved that part. And I think a lot of our providers and anybody that's listening, I think just knowing that you'd have that, guys, these resources are out there. And I'm just super excited that April decided that she wanted to become a sponsor of our network. So, you're going to be seeing more and hearing more about what she's doing and any new thing she has. Of course, she'll come back on to share it. But thank you so much, April. Is there anything else you want to share before I have you run off to start your day?
No, if there are any questions for me, please, I know you'll send my information out, but please email
Yes.
me or call me and we will get you more information. Referrals are really easy. You just have to send over a face sheet.
Okay, perfect. Thanks again, my dear. I'm going to hide you a minute. Don't go anywhere. So, guys, y'all, that was like so amazing, right? I can't wait because I already have ideas for Miss April. She just, oh, yeah. Shh, don't tell her. So, notwithstanding, guys, the Residential Home Care Network is going full speed ahead in 2021. We're super excited to enjoy new members, new sponsors. Remember, to become a member of the network, all you have to be is a licensed provider. It's only $150, 16 beds and under. You're considered residential, and you can become a member. We'll take it from there. When you go to our website, it's residentialhomecarenetwork.org. It'll be in the comment section. Don't worry. It is on there. You click, join us, download the form, and we'll do the rest. If you're out there and you'd like to be a sponsor, y'all, we cannot do what we do and remain sustainable without the support of our great sponsors. So, of course, I always want to give a big shout out to our premier sponsors, Vitas Healthcare, who's been with us since day one. We have One Senior Place, where we would normally have our meetings. Seniors Blue Book. If you haven't picked up a copy of Seniors Blue Book, let me know because I can send you. I have a bunch. And also, we have a whole page ad in Seniors Blue Book, people. And then last but not least, mobile bookkeeping and tax service. If you need a good CPA for your business, call Christine. She's my personal CPA. And let me tell you, She makes me look good on paper. I don't have to do that anymore. So these are anchor sponsors. And then, of course, we have our community sponsors, such as April joining us. We have Bailey's Pharmacy, Legacy Pharmacy, ALF Boss. The list goes on and on, guys. This is a great start. Why? Nobody knows we exist. And I think it's important to bring brand awareness to the great work that's being done in the residential community sector. Hey, Miss Jackie, good to see you, darling. We're doing great work. And so we just wanted to bring some brand awareness so everybody could know where to find us. When you go to our website, you will see video tours of each of the communities, and you will also have contact information of the owners themselves. So you can go directly, right? Why not? So please share this live video once it's saved with everybody that you know and everybody that you don't know, because these are resources that we could all use. So until we see each other again, my God, my time is up, and I thank you for yours. Go be awesome.